I have been turned away from many jobs, not because of my skills, but because of how my eyes look. My name is J.R. Bjornson, and we're going to talk about something some of us know a little bit way too well: discrimination in the workplace. For those of you who don't know, I am actually heavily visually impaired. These life-changing glasses have given me so much independence, but it wasn't always like that. Before I had these life-changing glasses, I was wearing nothing, and my eyes under these glasses, they don't look the best. They're heavily scarred. I have an eye condition called Peter's anomaly, and it means scarring of the cornea. And my eyes wiggle a lot by themselves. That's called nystagmus. And unfortunately, it makes me a target of discrimination. Because of my visual impairment, I am seen as a person with a disability. And let me tell you, some things I have noticed since getting these glasses. I recently had a lovely job interview, and for the first time, I left my white cane at home. And I didn't bring my white cane with me because I have these glasses now. And for the first time, I had a job interview where the focus was no longer my white cane. You see, at most job interviews, when people find out you can't see very good or you're legally blind, the focus of the job interview now isn't about the job, but instead it is what can you do and how can we hire you if you have a disability. You end up spending most of the job interview explaining your skills, and quite often your skills are looked over because the employer notices your disability. And now the employer, chances are, has already made up their mind if they're going to take you or not. And one thing I've noticed since having these glasses is I actually get callbacks. My future employers or not will still call me back, and they'll tell me why they're not going to hire me, or they'll just say, you're not the fit we're looking for right now. This is a one-step better approach than when I didn't have these glasses. When I didn't have these glasses, I could already tell from getting to know my interview person that I wasn't going to get the job, usually by the tone of voice or when they see me come in with a disability. And the most recent one I can remember is I had an opportunity to work for Canada's postal service called Canada Post. And Canada Post took me on for 2 weeks as a temporary job. I was a volume counter. It was my job to count letters, determine if how heavy they are. It was fun, but unfortunately, I couldn't do the job. Fortunately for Canada Post, they said, we're going to keep you anyway because you only have a 2-week contract, so we don't have to keep you outside of that 2 weeks anyway. So welcome aboard. But it wasn't that was what took me back from working at Canada Post. It was when I walked into the Canada Post job place and my supervisor at the time blurted out, "Wow, we really have a live one here." And she was very honest with me, saying, "This job ain't for you, sweetie, but you're only here for 2 weeks, so we're going to keep you here anyway." So even though it kind of left me feeling a little bit insulted, I learned that these glasses got me in the door, and now it's my job to stay in the door. Discrimination in the workplace is intense, and I think discrimination in the workplace against people with disabilities needs to stop because everybody deserves a chance. I've met people in wheelchairs with PhDs who can be doctors, but because of their speech impediments or because of the way their disability makes them look, they are not yet a doctor. They are still stuck applying for meaningless jobs that they did not go to college for. And most of all, their disability holds them back because of the discrimination we face in the workplace as people with disabilities. Should I be on disability myself because of my visual impairment? Absolutely. Am I on disability because of my visual impairment? No. My Alberta government does not see this as an active disability. And because of that, I am so grateful that I can live off my wife and my kids to help me stay alive, because without them, I would evidently end up homeless. That's why I'm using my platform to spread the message out that it is time that we stop discriminating against people with disabilities. And when I mean we, I mean the entire workplace. I don't discriminate myself. If I had a place of work, if I owned a business, you better believe 80% of my business would be run by people with disabilities, because there are people with disabilities out there that actually want to work and make a difference. And there's some people out there on disability that just don't want to work. They've accepted that they're on disability, and that's where they're going to stay for the rest of their life. For me, I am not on disability, and I really want to find employment. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube videos if you like videos like this. If you find these videos helpful, inspiring, or motivational, or just they encourage you to make a better difference with your life, hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments. Please let me know in the comments if you've ever been discriminated against, and was it a disability, or what happened. Share your stories in the comments. This is JR. Thank you so much for watching my videos here on YouTube. And if you're interested in watching my other video I did about quitting Facebook, Instagram, and all those other social media networks from Meta, you can check out the video that's playing on screen right now. And you can catch new videos from me every Monday. You can catch new videos from me rather every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, take care of yourself. I'll see you real soon. And I can say that now because of these glasses.